Yeah.
So that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with that. Yeah. We grow a straight carrot.
Guys, we are right back in on it. I don't know if I'm making a series of videos, but just the cameras got pulled out because we're hearing the good stuff from Jack again. I'm here with George, with Jack from Jack's Patch. What have we got? We've got these Japanese radishes coming out of the ground.
Daikon is the name, as well as Mooli. Mooli's another name.
Mooli.
I can't wait to eat one because it looks like a carrot. And then you're saying radish. It looks a bit horseradishy in colour.
Yeah, and the top looks very...
Can you eat that top?
Yeah, you probably can.
I wasn't really able to film much about the Polytunnel because it was a mad rush towards our sort of wedding celebration. So many people came together to put this up, and the shell is up. Now we're going to try and like finish the job, and George is going to lead, trying to turn it into an amazing, basically an incredible space for growing, for listening, for eating. So we're hopefully going to have Jack bringing down, what did you say about, whoa, look at all these mushrooms.
Yeah, they're cool, man. I don't even know what they are.
You don't?
Bright red.
Yeah, bright red. Growing straight out of the wood chip.
Yeah, the stalk's a bit naughty on them.
Do you think they're edible or not?
Oh, 100% no.
Oh.
A little dangerous.
For anybody who was listening to that, he said 100% no, just in case you got the wrong impression.
Jack's also just spotted a problem with the deer.
What? They love the radish?
Yeah, they found it, but look how smart they've been. They pulled it up, just eating the radish. So they know, they know there's produce down there.
Big one there.
So the bad news is we've had attacks from the deer multiple times recently. It's been very sad. But the good news is Eduardo's put a lovely fence in, and we patched up that area and that area. It's actually this front corner here that they're getting in, so we'll patch that today. And what's this one?
Rocket, try that.
Oh, so peppery, mate. Look at the smile.
That's the real deal. So once George has helped lead us into making a cool space in there, what are you saying about chefs?
We'll do a farm-to-table dinner. I've got two chef friends really good at A, foraging, but B, working with produce off the land. Make something real fresh, real interesting. Herbs, vegetables. We'll cook up a storm so people can enjoy it and then eat that. Like, you ain't going to get fresher than that.
No.
Straight into the kitchen, straight onto the plate, and then straight into your gut. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's very
straight into your gut. I like that. Oh, mate, the borage. The borage. Is there any borage here now? Let's have a quick look, because having being here, doing the graft, learning stuff from Jack about food, one of the most amazing little bits of knowledge that has like transformed people's experience of coming into the garden has been the borage. I think the reason it works so well is, one, borage sounds terrible, like porridge, doesn't sound anything exceptional, but two, it's a beautiful, beautiful leaf, and the way it peels off the plant is exceptional, and then the taste is so surprising. So I feel like it's like nature at its best.
And it's one of the last bees of the season enjoying the borage. They love it, they beeline for it. Loving that.
Beautiful. All right, let's have a look then. So you've shown me this before, so let's prove the transfer of knowledge. So this is the borage edible petal, and if you pinch in the middle, it peels. Oh, that's some ASMR shiznay for you. And then, and this is where you need a tour guide or whatever, because the taste is so different to what you think it's going to be, and it tastes like
cucumber.
And that is completely mad. So it is beautiful and surprising in its look and its taste. And I think when we've had guests here come from other places, just that one little experience transforms their connection to the whole growing space. So yeah, I've learned a bit about the plants and how to put the soil in and the wood chip, but also we're learning about these specifics that are making a big difference as well. So we're going to cut back all the weeds, we're going to get it back under control. Basically, this is day one of year 2. And so we got the basics, we got a head around the whole site. I took a little drone shot actually a couple of days ago that I'll throw in, that you can see where we're at, day 1 of year 2.
You look like fireflies in the night. So beautiful, but losing the fight. And if I could hold you, and if I could hold you, if I could just hold you, if I could hold you, if I, and if I could hold you, and if I could hold you.
We want to make good on the structure we've created here and make an exceptional space inside the polytunnel. And that's it really.
Let's do a little
Should we just have a little walk through?
Because we've got a very rough plan, haven't we?
Yeah, let's go through with what we know so far. And then if you've got any ideas, people that are watching, people that might come down the farm for the kind of workshops you would... Well,
Volunteer days are more hands-on, working
Yeah.
in the space.
no frills.
Yeah, no frills, just come and enjoy the outdoors. I mean, we always have a great time here.
Yeah.
Coffee on demand. But yeah, then the workshops are more in-depth about the whole space. We'll go to different parts of the farm, enjoy a
Yeah,
cooked meal as well. But yeah, it'll be more in-depth learning.
wicked. And then some of the farm to table stuff as well. So there's really 3 things probably going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
No frills, volunteer days, seasonal workshops where people can come each 4 times in a year, and then some exceptional dinner experiences where we'll go now with George and have a little poke around in the poly.
One thing that would be really helpful for anyone watching, any ideas for the poly, we want it to be an immersive, like growable space,
Yeah,
but something that feels like an event space as well.
yeah.
So anyone that's got any good ideas, throw them in.
Well, let's go have a look. So this is the remnants of workshop that we had here the other day, a work away day. Good fun, worked well. Which end shall we start at, George?
I think the entrance to the side.
Okay, let's go t'other side to begin. Check how amazing this is. This came off the big tree. Beautiful.
I'm going to be salvaging that, sticking that up.
Yeah, that's going to
We want to
be...
be not seeing the ceiling as much as possible, I reckon, by the end.
And also the florist borrowed my archway, and so she's going to come and put a floral installation in here for us. So we have to decide where and how we want that. Factor that into the plans.
Yep. We've got doors to put on here. In terms of space, this is going to be in a little bit, isn't it? So we're going to have nice big slidey doors. So because this is going to be more narrow, I think we almost want to guide the attention to the immediate thing in front, so that you have to go for the adventure to find the space at the top.
Okay,
I think that's like the journey.
okay, so the journey is it's going to wiggle you around.
I think so.
Yeah.
If we can find a way that you almost don't see what's over there,
Yeah.
I think there's an excitement then when you're coming in.
So is this archway, 1, in the right place, and 2, helpful in that, or not?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can hang signs from there of what's growing and pointing in directions.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I think it would be lovely. We're really excited about some sort of water feature.
Yes,
Maybe
nice.
it's like the first feature you see.
Okay,
And I think it takes us then either side of this.
okay, cool.
2 little pathways.
So we could hang the macrame up there then, because then that would block it off a bit more.
This is one of 2 paths. And it will probably be mirrored on each side. Is it easier to be growing stuff on the outside and up rather than inside and up? Like, could this be
Either or,
herbs?
easy. And you could do something really cool with, like, in terms of the perimeter of it, whether it could be weaved willow or something beautiful to look at rather than just like maybe a bit of wood.
Obviously with the paths, we'll sort of find ways to deal with the footfall. With the growing beds, we're going to go straight into the floor, kind of like what we did on the market garden, where we just get soil straight on there.
I'd say raised a little bit. Like if we want to do like more tropical stuff, if
Yeah.
we raise the soil, it warms quicker.
Okay.
If we have any like more exotic plants,
Yeah.
they're warmer in here, but then the soil will be warmer before anywhere else in the
Yeah.
season as well. So
We definitely do want the tropics in here. So
And I think if we can have some bigger feature stuff here as well,
Yeah.
we can get hold of any trees or something.
I will definitely, yeah.
palms.
Mate, banana rama.
Plant would be amazing.
Yeah.
Middle of here. So that can be the feature, and then around it can be whatever you want.
Oh, I see.
Because I love the idea of herbs backing onto the bar.
Yeah.
If you come out the bar, get your herbs, gin and tonics, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The botanical
Yeah.
experience there, I think would be really.
I think-
Herbs and flowers. I'm really big on wanting to do more flowers, even in the garden as well.
The edible flowers, man, they're just such an experience. They're so good, and you put them in the drinks as well at the wedding. And
yeah, that made, like we got a comment earlier saying that made the drinks. It's just the top off, isn't it? It's like the finesse on anything. It's like the wow factor.
I feel sitting down with flowers on your food and stuff, like you're not having the farm you are having the farm experience, but a level of dining that will be
and it's beautiful at the same time. I think if we do go for one big plant here to build around, a bit like we're building around the olive tree a bit in that space with the spirals coming out of it, then it should be edible. I think although a palm is cool, I'd rather start with small palm plants, because you'll see it over the top in the end of this. You want it to be like abundant with food and tropical, because nothing says tropical like a banana or a mango or.
And banana plants do almost have that palmy feel, don't they?
Yeah.
They're very much up and chunky and.
I like to feel enclosed in a way, like you've got like it's a journey to get through it. Eventually, as the years go on,
We've all been to those butterfly gardens and all those sorts of things. That's the kind of thing that I think would be really lovely to capture.
I'm down. So before you get to that next zone then, would there be anywhere to sort of be able to sit in here? Like, or maybe around that big tree there could be a circular 360 seat, I don't know.
Also the pathway, I think a slight little wiggle on it will just add that little bit of adventure to it, however we decide to do that.
And that way it kind of joins up back out, indoor outdoor, kind of joins back up with that wiggly path that takes you up there and then through the wilderness, so it's all connected.
And we've talked about an area up there that means we might be stepping up and things like that. So I think this is like the middle journey. This is when you don't kind of see the doors on each side. You're immersed in it, hopefully.
Ferns are the oldest, most Jurassic thing.
Rainforest.
Like that kind of serrated leaf.
Yes.
As well, which I like. So, or you can even have indoor plants. You could have like money plants and stuff that crawls and grows.
Yeah, I like that.
I think the crawls, they grow quick as well.
I love that. Yeah, because that's a good little base for that, isn't it?
And we've got so much of that to utilise.
We want you to get lost in here, basically, and be, have a magical experience.
Totally.
But I like it in here that you can't see either end. It's the middle bit. You're lost in here.
And we can put little stepping stones in, like Jack, you've done in the other gardens with the wooden logs.
Yeah, but like quality, do load it.
But I think this isn't a place to talk. This particularly, like, this isn't a place to try and for people to meet. No. This is a place for you to sit, maybe on your own, have a quiet moment. Get lost in imagination, because that is a space to talk and be together, but this is a place to just sort of be like, imagine you're anywhere else, anywhere you want, almost.
Are we screening? Is there going to be any screening at all?
We're going to have some kind of screening just with how we develop this, okay?
Yeah.
And then this will be another sort of screen anyway.
Yeah.
And especially when you've got like ferns and things growing out, like you're saying, I think it would probably be quite naturally crowded, but...
I've got really good contact for bamboo. But not the plant, like the thick
like the
stuff or the fence stuff or the screening.
And that definitely would go in here, because that's definitely, and that's why I've put these pallets out, just sort of marking a little bit of extending the tiki bar. Not that it needs to be deep like that, but just the sense of like it's gonna, maybe the path could just wiggle in here, George. Just pinch in here, and then wiggles you back out here again. So almost as if like
the amount of growing space
can you hold that
leaves as well.
Almost like if this was symbolising the pinch, you just sort of you have to wiggle through here a bit. And then you're back out through this bit. You don't want it so tight that it's difficult. But
you want it enough that it almost. If this is a wall, you're still not seeing what's the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still forced around the outside.
Fun little
mazes.
Yeah, mazes. Exactly.
It's essentially a tropical maze we're kind of creating inside here. And also, like coffee sacks that we've already got loads of.
Good man,
Jack. They belong in
in
Colombian rainforest. So
exactly.
Like you have all of that. So it's all in character. The bamboo, all of that.
So you could get loads of individual bits and go different heights. Your eyes doesn't want to see linear. It wants to see. Well, I think it creates a wall if you've got up and down levels.
It's a bit like those silver birches over there that we've got, but I don't think that's the right aesthetic in here. I think it wants to be more bamboo-y.
Everything rainforest. And
I love this tropical maze idea.
And then this side is the dining side. It's where you sit and enjoy the amazing view out of here.
Yeah.
We had a chat for a long time about whether that goes in the middle, whether it goes here.
Yeah. This has been a year-long conversation, hasn't it, really?
It has.
We've debated a lot.
So we're thinking about a platform of some kind here that you have to step up onto.
I think it starts that high off the ground, but not back here.
Well, the only downside to that, I'm 5'11".
That's the very beginning. It only gets better, as in because you're then going down to ground level at the top. Every beam gets higher. If you're like 6'3", you'd only have to sort of duck the first one. Do you see what I mean?
Step here, then you're already on the decline.
That's true. That's true. Step halfway in.
Here, which is level with a tiki bar, which kind of feels right.
I like that, George. Yeah, it's good.
So then some kind of decking along here that will trickle into outside, bringing that outdoor in and indoor out. And then lovely big dining table. Jack, have you ever done grapevines inside? Something like this?
The original greenhouse at my old market garden had a 20-year-old vine, and they climb up all of this, but you would need to put like some bits and bobs but that was 20 years old, and then you cut it back in winter, not harshly, and it just provides nice cover in the summer. It's like you just got to manage it, just keep managing.
My parents have got one over their pergola. Within 4 years it was all over it, the leaves were lovely.
Another thing as well would be jasmine, because it smells.
Oh yeah.
And jasmine actually creates oxygen at night, so you get more oxygen at night, but also the smells. You get different ones that actually smell stronger at night. So it's like more of like a smell-o-vision. No, I don't know that word. It's more like a smell. It hits another sense.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a smell in here. That's nice. I mean, it doesn't need to be near a cooking bit with food. Maybe like an entrance. Wisteria.
Because it'd be lovely. Imagine a dining table with wisteria in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Italy, there was different colours, and the petals dropped on you in May. Right. Pretty cool.
You know what? This is more of a Josh conversation, but I'm so reluctant to lose any of this big vision here. Like, I know that when we put because we need to put the rollers on the sides, don't we? See how the flappy bits are still flapping?
Yeah, they should all roll up.
They should roll up.
Kit that we've got.
Yeah, which seems complicated. And then there's aluminium doors, which we'll definitely use at the front, because that's all part of that. But basically what I'm trying to say is, when it is a nice day, like today's a perfect example, it's middle of November. In here it's lovely and warm. You don't need that door shut. And to lose this massive panoramic view of the farm, it's like the best indoor view of the farm. Like, the tree is perfectly framed, so I'm just a bit hesitant to just bang on the doors and then lose the ability.
But I'm wondering if we're just talking about the rolls on the side, whether a similar thing could just happen where the door rolls up on the outside, so you have that and it drops down.
And you put doors on with hinges that you could just move the hinge and you take the door off and you put
The only thing is about cost. Obviously, what we've bought we need to use because it's expensive. Basically, when we do that one, we should be when we do the front one, we should be mindful of, is there an adaptation, a la what you're saying, that means we could, when we want to, we can take them off or put them to the side, or like that farm door, the roller thing, which I haven't shown everyone yet. I'll put a little clip in, like the way that contraption works. Maybe we could somehow fix the door system onto a roller that rolls all the way out.
They are rollers. I believe the ones that you have are rollers.
The extra posts go in the holes underneath these wooden things.
So you would have two of them.
But if we can, I think we really need to try to keep this whole space, because there's going to be so many. It's November. 6 months of the year, you might want to be in here eating, but having this door open. So it's a big investment.
Once you've got the frames in there, the doors will slide open anyway. They're already on rollers. So it could be they use the rollers for the end one, and then we just build some sort of door that comes out in the middle somewhere. So we'll figure that out.
It's one for you, Josh.
Yeah.
This is basically one long video. I don't think I'm barely even going to edit this. I think this is basically one live brainstorm with George, Jack and Dave, but after a year of thinking it through, which is probably why it's happening so nicely, with Andy and Josh and Chloe, Eduardo as well, probably a couple of others I'm forgetting. So, but it's nice to see it all coming together.
Big old dining space. It could be dining space, bit of salsa, bit of whatever you fancy.
Even kids play. We just had our friends Emily and Alex over, and just a chance for a coffee morning. 3 or 4 kids, flat surface. If we can make the decking like come to here and then extend it out to here, especially if we can find a way to do that doors thing.
Yeah, so we have probably another little step up just to get it level.
Might be a step up, but then yeah, we could have then like a really large indoor-outdoor space.
Then you've got fire pit, then you've got barbecue, and all of that's involved in that people are still there whilst food's being cooked. It's not like you're separating those two things out.
And also there's a lot of days where, okay, maybe it's December now, the doors are open, but then you shut them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're out on the land, you come back to here, it's indoor-outdoor, then it's indoor here, and then you retire to whiskey and a late night walk, you know.
Before we forget, can we mention the sound?
Yeah.
I think that's a really important bit.
George, do you want to...
Well...
can I?
Yeah, because it's your domain.
Get me on the screen. Technically, it's your domain, sound, but I guess from day one on the farm and all the other projects that we're doing, whether that's to do with ocean listening or to do with, thinking about how to connect different senses, I'm very interested in synesthesia in general. I'm fascinated by the power of listening to each other, listening to nature, how what you hear informs what you see. And even when people have amazing psychedelic transformational experiences, often there's music involved, and that gives rise to images in their minds that then, they say it changes the way they think and things like that. And I had subtle experiences of that in the woods. So the idea of being in a space that is sensorially beautiful, smelling nice, feeling nice, tasting nice, but also the sound is bringing you into, maybe it's a live stream from a mic that we have up there, or it's recordings of birds that we've heard, like a collection of the best soundscapes we've heard throughout the season, and maybe you've produced that, and other people will probably seen before, when we did the boat trip and we took all these sounds and some of Steve's other ones, and then you turned it into amazing music then that then got played at dinners at COP and other places. And I actually took that round on a tour around the UK with Julius Baer playing it to entrepreneurs in Belfast and Edinburgh and all sorts of places. So I think sound is deep in our DNA as a group as well. So all of that to say, set up a spatial sound system where there's at least top, bottom in a cube, so that when you're in the middle, whether that middle is here or the middle is the middle of the polytunnel, depending on how we set it up, you're in this 3D spatial sound experience. And then you could even design sound that really messes with that more than surround sound. It's up and it's down and it's mids as well as in front of you and behind you. I think that would be a very, very special part of a layer to the experience.
Totally, all the senses, food, sound, visuals.
Yeah,
it's going to be wonderful.
What else can you guys say about sound?
I met one of your friends that lives in Lewis. He came up to an event in London the other day, and he was talking about
Mike, Compost Mike,
recording what's happening even within compost. Phones that can really pick up that sound. So although you probably don't want to be listening to that when you're eating your dinner, but as part of a journey you can create, we can be listening to what's actually happening on.
And you plugging into the vegetables.
We can be listening to it. Yeah. There's a synthesizer that you can put on plants, and then the electrical signals that go through that plant trigger synthesizers to play music, so we can be listening to the food growing whilst we're eating it. And
that for me is a complete immersive human nature experience that I don't think you can get anywhere else. That's why I think it's very unique, and what we're trying to do together, we all have the same ideas. It's bloody cool.
Certainly on the same farm where it's been done. I've been to places in London where they give the experience. So that's not from ground to mouth.
Well, a bit like when I was saying with the borage, when you point out to me, doesn't it taste like cucumber, as I'm eating it, it brings it alive to me, because I need that tour guide, because the association's not there. And if someone's just about to eat some of that radish from the garden, and just before they eat it, in that moment, we say, here's what the radish actually sounds like. Now eat it. There's no better time to hear what a radish sounds like than when you're about to eat it.
If we can put that little device onto the radishes that are growing when you're eating it, you can hear it. You'll get the senses from what you're saying. Lighting as well. We've not even talked about lighting.
True.
You've got some great.
We've got the programmatic lights that can. We can get the lights to talk, the visuals to represent the sound.
Green salad. Everything's green. Everything's all those little things.
What, different lighting for different courses, basically?
We're talking about a whole journey. So there's a lot that we can do.
That's gifable, that is. Someone should gift that one up. And to bring it back down practically, this is the Tiki Bar. A guy in Worthing made this out of scraps. He worked at the Rolls-Royce garage. This is actually all scraps from Rolls-Royce. And I think we just need to take the alcohol thing off the back, because then it can be coffee bar, it can be juice bar. It doesn't have to just be a booze bar. Sometimes it will be, but
looks in place in here, doesn't it, as well?
I think so.
Stumbling across one of these somewhere in a little village in the Colombian rainforest.
It feels like holiday, doesn't it? I think there's a nice, it's slightly transportive. So I reckon that's the whole kit and caboodle. And then this side will probably be somewhat similar to that side, won't it?
More or less symmetrical would make sense.
It's nice to do that. Just a quick development. The tap is only just over there, actually.
Yeah, level with the end of the poly and about 15 foot along.
So even if we only took one of these barrels, for example, and lined a barrel underneath there with a little fountain.
Yeah, we can just reroute the water so it's here, because then you've got drinking water out of the fountain when you come in, so you can fill your cup up before you go and have a wander around.
And then we can change the source if we ever get it from rain or from other, we can always adapt the source.
But also you can plug into, if we use the hose connector, we can plug straight into it to water as well.
Oh, this is basically our well to do the watering.
Yeah.
Damn! Mate, get that barrel, put it in there, George. I think that's a good starter anyway, that barrel. Yeah, that is awesome.
Ready for your walk and your wander?
Oh my goodness. And then we just got to water the plants. I'll just have a little scoop.
Scoop, or just plug it, or just put the
Into
hose
the
straight
hose. You plug the hose in.
Oh, you plug the hose in.
You can-
Either or, yeah.
Fill your watering can up and away you go.
Yeah, because also it can be a gentle experience for people coming in.
Yeah.
You can just say, look guys, if you want to help,
Yeah.
like, because some people... But if people want to help, then they just have a couple of cups here. Just say, look, grab a cup and just put some water on something that you like.
This is maybe a silly idea, but you meet the
Doubt
drinks
it.
here, and then you scoop water on the way to the table. Oh no!
Yeah, but it's another interactive element. Like,
It's like a ritual in a sense.
it is.
Little thing to do as your way through.
Yeah, it is. It's a symbolic of participating in the watering of life.
Yeah. And then we were talking about signs on here.
Yeah.
Take a cup, pour it on. That's
Yeah.
a sign that's above it.
I think we can still macrame. I think we can still do the macrame, because that's going to create instant blockage as well.
Look how much rainwater is up here. That's just sat on top. We could be harvesting all of this rainwater down the sides.
True.
You make a gutter because when you've got sidebars on a polytunnel, you can build a gutter on that.
Yeah. That's
and again, I mean, as I said about getting bamboo, that you could do like a thing where it's a feature, it trips, and then you hear running water, and that's a Japanese principle as well.
You've been doing a Japanese garden, reclaiming.
Yeah, very Japanese.
You've been reclaiming. We all need to go on a field trip to Japan, basically, don't we?
So, would there be a way for us to collect it and then feed it in? So if the bamboo was coming all the way along, say this joist that we've already got, would you hear it then trickling down? So when you're walking and you've got the sound of water.
Yeah, we'd have to probably, because of the wood we've got, we'd have to make like some. But I've got one where it goes like this. But like I'm talking like one that like drips into another.
Look, it's massive. We're celebrating it massively at the beginning of this journey, so it wants to be as essentially regenerative as possible and circular as possible to be good. Yeah, Jack, you cut these in half on the wedding day, didn't you? Yeah, it was good. It was good. So we're going to start with the pathways. It's kind of been the dream from day one, hasn't it, really? Like... Nice. Yes. It looks sick. It looks sick.
That feels good.
Alright guys, well, I think that is basically just a half an hour video, and then the question this year is, can we do it? And do you want to be a part of doing it? That's the challenge. Our friends and family who came to the wedding festival a couple of months ago, who just basically walked through this space. The hope is that they'll come back again and be in a transformational space, let's say, that connects you deeply to the world that you're in. See if we can do it. Take care of yourselves, look after each other, we'll see you soon. They're long gone, aren't they? I know.